Did you know that up to 80% of the flowers on a pepper plant can drop off before they ever turn into a single harvestable pepper? It is an incredibly frustrating moment that breaks the heart of almost every household, gardener, and farmer when you see those promising little blossoms turn yellow, snap at the stem, and fall helplessly to the dirt. You watch your hard work crumble as the plant refuses to produce, leaving you with nothing but lush leaves and empty branches. Most people assume they are doing something wrong with their watering, or that they simply do not have a green thumb, but the truth is far simpler and much more encouraging. Your pepper plants are just hungry for a very specific blend of nutrients that you probably already have sitting right inside your home or near your kitchen. If you want to transform your garden into an abundant, thriving space, take a moment to subscribe to this channel so we can keep sharing these practical, time-tested secrets together. We have a wonderful community growing here, and it would mean the world to me if you would drop your location in the comments below, whether that is your specific city, a quiet rural village, a bustling district, or your country. Gardeners and small-scale farmers from all corners of the globe watch these videos, and knowing exactly where you are growing from helps me tailor this advice and truly understand how far our green community reaches. It is always so beautiful to see how a shared love for the earth connects us all, no matter the distance. Let us dive right into why those blossoms are falling and how we can fix it today. When a pepper plant drops its flowers, it is usually a desperate cry for calcium, magnesium, and potassium. Without these key elements, the plant lacks the structural strength to hold on to the heavy fruits, causing the blooms to abort. To fix this, your grandmother probably knew a secret that somehow got forgotten along the way, and it involves a common household material you might otherwise throw away. Wood ash from a clean wood-burning stove or a fireplace is a goldmine for your garden. If you live in an apartment or do not have a fireplace, you can easily visit a local restaurant that uses wood-fired ovens or barbecue pits and ask them for a scoop of their leftover ash, which they are usually more than happy to give away for free. Just make sure the ash has no chemical fire starters, salt, or meat grease mixed into it. Wood ash is incredibly rich in potassium and carbonate, which neutralizes acidic soils and provides the exact spark your peppers need to pump out massive blooms and lock them into place so they never drop. To prepare this remedy for an individual plant, you will want to gather one standard cup, which holds about 180 milliliters of dry, cooled wood ash. If you are a home gardener tending to a few pots on a balcony or a small backyard bed, you will want to gently pull back any dried leaves or mulch around the base of your pepper plants. Take your cup of wood ash and sprinkle it evenly in a wide circle around the drip line of the plant, being careful not to pile it directly against the main green stem, as concentrated ash can irritate the tender bark. For our small and medium-scale farmers who are looking at long rows of peppers stretching across a field, you can scale this up by mixing the wood ash into your bulk compost at a ratio of about 5 pounds of ash per cubic yard of organic matter. Then side dressing your rows. The best time to apply this is early in the morning when the air is still and the dew is still clinging to the leaves, or late in the evening when the harsh sun has dipped below the horizon. You should repeat this application once every 15 days during the peak flowering and fruiting season to keep the nutrient supply constant. But here is where it gets really interesting, because wood ash alone cannot do all the heavy lifting if the soil lacks the raw organic energy to push new growth. To balance the potassium from the ash, we need a potent source of nitrogen, and the best household solution for this is aged animal manure. For those living in rural areas or semi-urban homesteads, chicken coop bedding or dried steer manure is readily available, but even urban households can find small bags of dehydrated manure at any local garden center for pennies. Manure works because it feeds the microscopic life in the soil, creating a rich, spongy texture that retains moisture beautifully while slowly releasing nitrogen to keep the leaves deep green and vibrant. To use this, measure out 180 milliliters of chicken manure, or if you are using the milder steer manure, double that amount to 2 cups. Dig a shallow circular trench, about 2 inches deep around the edge of your pot, or a few inches away from the base of your plant in the ground. Pour the manure into this little trench and cover it back up with the dark, fragrant topsoil to lock the nutrients in and prevent any odors from escaping. Farmers can apply this by broadcasting well-composted manure down the center of their planting beds before a light tilling. This should be applied once a month, right before you water, so the nutrients can begin soaking deep into the dry earth, where the roots can eagerly drink them up. Most people throw away or overlook another massive booster, which is a simple mineral powder called dolomitic limestone. You can find this affordable powder at any local farm supply shop, feed store, or plant nursery, and a single small bag will last you a lifetime. Dolomitic lime is the secret weapon for pepper structural integrity because it delivers a massive dose of both calcium and magnesium. Calcium acts like the bricks and mortar of the plant's cell walls, making the stems tough and giving the peppers that thick, crunchy, high-quality wall that resists rot. While magnesium is the absolute core of chlorophyll, driving the photosynthesis that turns sunlight into pure growing energy. For a single pepper plant, you only need about 50 grams of this fine white powder. Sprinkle those 50 grams evenly over the soil, right alongside your wood ash and manure, then use a small hand rake or your fingers to gently scratch it into the top inch of dirt. For larger agricultural plots, farmers can run a soil test and apply dolomitic lime using a drop spreader across the entire field bed before the rainy season begins. Apply this mineral boost once at the start of the planting season, and then repeat it just once more when the very first flower buds begin to peek out from the green foliage. Now, even if your soil is packed with the perfect blend of wood ash, manure, and lime, your peppers will still struggle if the basic environmental conditions are off. Peppers are true sun worshippers, and they absolutely demand at least 6 to 8 hours of direct, unfiltered sunlight every single day. The intense heat and light of the sun not only drive the production of the spicy compounds inside the fruit, but it also keeps the plant dry and safe from fungal diseases. Along with ample sunlight, you must master the art of watering. Peppers absolutely hate having wet feet, and overwatering is a fast track to root rot, yellowing leaves, and complete blossom drop. When you water, listen to the sound of the liquid soaking into the dry earth, and watch how quickly it drains away. You want the soil to be moist like a wrung-out sponge, never soggy or muddy, especially if you have a heavy clay soil that tends to hold on to water for too long. Let the top inch of soil dry out completely before you even think about lifting your watering can again. But what happens when you notice the deep green leaves of your beautiful pepper plants starting to crinkle, pucker, and roll upward like they are shrinking away from the world? This is an incredibly common problem that leaves many households completely baffled, but it is almost always the result of a tiny invisible enemy called the spider mite. These microscopic pests sit on the undersides of the leaves, sucking the sweet sap out of the plant and causing the foliage to deform, which completely halts pepper production. To combat this naturally, you can find soluble sulfur powder at any agricultural store. Mix the sulfur powder with clean water, according to the simple instructions on the back of the package. Pour it into a hand sprayer for your balcony pots, or a backpack sprayer for a larger field, and thoroughly drench the entire plant. Make sure to spray the undersides of the leaves where the mites hide, doing this strictly in the late afternoon, so the wet sulfur does not cook under the hot midday sun. Applying this treatment once a week for 3 consecutive weeks will wipe out the pests and allow your peppers to push out beautiful, flat, healthy new growth. Taking care of your pepper plants does not require expensive, synthetic chemical fertilizers that burn the soil life and drain your wallet. By simply combining the natural strength of wood ash, the rich organic power of household manure, and a touch of dolomitic lime, you are giving your plants a complete, balanced diet that mimics the fertile floor of a natural forest. You will watch your plants transform from struggling green bushes into heavy, loaded pepper trees, bursting with color and life. The rough texture of dried leaves used as mulch will keep the root zone cool, and the vibrant, heavy peppers will bend the branches with the weight of a truly spectacular harvest. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today and for being such a wonderful part of this global, growing family. If you found these tips helpful, please make sure you are subscribed so you never miss our regular garden chats. And if you haven't already, tell me your location in the comments so I can say hello to your corner of the world. Whether you are watching this from a cozy high-rise apartment balcony with 3 small pots or from the middle of a vast farming field stretching across acres of land, this space is built to support you. Keep your hands dirty, enjoy the beautiful smell of freshly turned soil, and stay tuned for our next video where we are going to unlock a surprising kitchen scrap remedy that can double the sweetness and size of your backyard tomato harvest. Until next time, happy gardening.